Everyone, and thanks for joining us here on News 5 at 6. I'm Rob Quirk.
And I'm Lisa Leiden. The tragic case surrounding the death of a little 2-year-old girl in Pueblo could be putting the state's foster care system under intense scrutiny.
It's a story we've been following for a month now. The death of Chassie Pietrolungo, who police say was severely abused by her foster parents.
Now, her mother, who lost custody of her when she was sent to prison, has now hired an attorney and plans to sue.
News 5's Greg Dingrando, the only reporter to speak with that attorney. He's in studio tonight with more on this. Greg, what'd you find out?
Well, guys, if you guys remember, we reached out to Chassie's mother back shortly after this first happened. She wasn't able to respond to us because she's in prison, but we did get this letter from her a long time ago saying she could not respond, but certainly wanted to, and to get an attorney, and she actually did just that. Today, I sat down exclusively with her attorney, who not only talked about what she's going through with this tough loss, but the goal of the soon-to-be-filed lawsuit. To say the loss of this little girl has been hard on the family would be an understatement.
Oh, it's been horrendous.
That was Chassie's family weeks ago at her funeral. For her mother, the feelings are even worse.
With Karen, I mean, she's clearly distraught. She's devastated.
But amidst the sadness, there's also frustration.
It angers me that they put her with people that didn't deserve to have children.
The family and I have some very serious concerns about what happened.
And that's where the McDivitt law firm comes in. Chassie's mom hired them to get answers to the questions the criminal investigation won't get.
We may get to the end of this and find out this was just a tragic accident. I don't think so. I think that there's culpability here. I think that there are people who have dropped the ball.
But the first question attorneys will try to answer is who. McDivitt says it could end up being multiple people at fault, but for each one, he has the same root question.
With a system that's designed to help ensure that that child is protected and provided for, how does that little girl die?
But answering the many questions is only part of it. McDivitt says flushing out the problems could spark change, one of the few things keeping this little girl's mother going.
The goal for somebody like Karen is to be able to go to bed knowing that other kids are not going to be subjected to that same kind of conduct.
If that's the case, Chassie would then leave behind a legacy. But her mom doesn't want it to be one sparked by death, rather her 2 years of life.
One of the things that's important for us is to make sure that Chassie, does not just exist as a footnote, for example, in the lives of Paul and Sarah Finn, but that they may exist merely as a footnote in the life of Chassie.
We've been trying to get interviews with the state who's in charge of the foster care system for weeks, but they've refused to talk with us. We even tried to get a broad explanation of how the placement process works, how they do background checks, and how they keep up with the kids' health, yet they still refuse to make themselves available. We'll continue to follow this case and bring you any new developments as soon as we get them. Back to you guys.
All right, Greg, thanks for that. Well, nice.